Alright. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Uncle Shorty here. Uncle Shorty's Bassin'. We're back at it again, out here in the garage. Gonna do a little airbrushing. I'm actually gonna be doing this bait for a buddy of mine, Dakota. We're gonna be doing a tournament here in a couple weeks, and he asked me to give this bait a little makeover. It's a Rapala shadow wrap, a little slow sinking, shallow diving jerkbait. We're gonna do it in a juvenile trout pattern, which should be good for this time of year. It's gonna be pretty basic, color pattern here. I'm gonna try to keep it simple. Try not to do too much with it. The first thing we're going to do, we're just going to throw a light coat of white on it. Nothing crazy. Just kind of get rid of mainly of the top. That's the only spot that really has paint on it right now. And then just a little bit on the sides here. I still want it to be kind of see-through, so I'm not going to fully cover it. So just a little bit on the sides here. Just so the paint, just so you can see the colors. So basically just trying to get the top. And just a little bit on the sides here. Main thing is trying to get the paint that's already on here covered up. I usually don't do too many like repaints on baits. Like when I first started, I kind of did just to practice with lures that I didn't really throw too much, or just to kind of get some practice. But yeah, I haven't really done any repaints for a while. I might leave that bottom Rapala shadow wrap signature thing there on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that from that angle. Might just leave that. I don't know. I mean, I don't care if it's there. I don't need to sign my baits or anything. It's just, this is just for fun. Alright, but hope you guys have had a good couple weeks. I know I haven't put a video out for a while, but just been busy. Been crazy lately. Hopefully you guys been able to get out and get some painting on, do a little fishing. I got out one time last week. Had one hooked on for a quick second, but didn't land him. My buddy I was fishing with, he got one. He got one to the boat though, so that was good. It wasn't a total loss of the day. It was a nice chunky smallmouth. Alright, I'm gonna heat set this and then we'll move on. Alright, so we got that heat set. Next what we're going to do is I grabbed some Wicked aluminum and thinned it down in a little cup. And we're just going to do a thin layer of that all over the body except the belly. Alright, here's a nice thin coat. Oh, trying to get to where you guys can see. It's a nice thin coat. Top. Both sides of this bait. This is going to be just a nice undertone. Give the bait, just a starting point here for the colors to kind of go on top of. You got to keep doing layers. Layers are important. Okay. I don't know if you can really see that on the camera here. Just a thin coat of this aluminum or any kind of light gray that you have. Coat the whole bait everywhere except the belly. and then we're going to heat set that. Alright, so next we got some lime green. We're going to do another just thin layer of this. In each color that I'm doing, I'm mixing with some reducer, because I want them all to kind of be transparent. The more reducer you use, it kind of helps with that. If you don't have the color in transparent, it kind of helps thin the paint, thin the color out a little bit. And I just want each one of these layers to kind of just be a thin, light base until we get to the later darker colors. So with this lime green right here, lime green, pearl lime green, I just got that reduced down a little bit, and we're going to do a thin layer of that. Same thing, mainly just the sides. We don't have to really focus on the top. You can do the top if you want. You won't see it later, but mainly just the sides here. You can get the face also. Just a nice thin compressor, of course. See if I can get a little closer here. Nice thin layer. Go a little darker if you want, you know, kind of experiment with different color, you know, shades. It's all on your preference. Kind of did a bait before this as a tester, and I went a little darker with the lime green, and I didn't really like the way it turned out. So we're gonna make some little adjustments here and see if that helps. I haven't really done a juvenile trout before. I've done other rainbow trout patterns. There we go. Sorry about that. Long compressor. Done other rainbow trout ones in some videos. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. But I haven't done a juvenile one. They're a little bit different. The colors are a little bit lighter. You know, they don't really quite have the vibrant rainbow kind of bright colors of a rainbow trout fully yet. They're all just a little bit lighter. So I'm trying to keep these colors to be the same. Just nice thin. Do some layers here. As you can tell, I'm barely letting any paint come out. So I don't know if you can the camera's catching any of that. But just real light, like I said, you can experiment with different colors or different, you know, shades, kind of see what works best for you and what you like. And you know, we can always do a little bit down the top. It's not gonna, or if it does get on the top while you're painting the sides, it's not gonna matter for down the road. Alright, so we're going to heat set that, and then we're going to throw, I think, the pink stripe on next. So let's get to that. Alright, got that heat set, and next what we're going to do is throw the stripe down the side here. What I did was I took a couple different pinks. I took this fluorescent, fluorescent raspberry, and this cotton candy. Mixed those together with some reducer and came up with a pink color that I like here. I kind of just kept adding, you know, brighter pinks to it until I came up with a shade that I wanted. I didn't want it to be too bright of a stripe to where it's too overwhelming, because I've seen baits like that where that stripe's just too much. and with these juvenile ones, you can kind of see, well, the picture, you know, that I've been seeing are, it's the stripes super faded. They don't have a lot of dots on them, but this pink is pretty faded. So we're gonna add this stripe. We're gonna kind of follow the stripe that goes down the center of this bait here, and try to hold as straight as possible. But you know, it's never gonna be perfect. So Dakota, you're gonna just have to deal with this straight line here. Yep, there we go, nice and easy. I don't know if you guys can see. It's hard to show some angles to where you guys can see when I gotta get close. Get that right pressure. Whew. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad. Kind of get that first basic stripe down there, and then you can kind of go back and adjust if you need to. But that actually wasn't that bad. So I'll adjust. Yeah, there we go. Not too bad. You guys can see that. Kind of finish it off on the tail there. I know these colors are kind of light, so hopefully the light's not blocking it too much. Yeah, so that's kind of more of what I was wanting. The last bait I did, it kind of came up. And sorry about that compressor. I don't know why it's been going off so much lately. I gotta check that out and see why it's wanted to go off as much. It didn't go off as much like, you know, before. Alright, so let's do the other side. Same thing. Nice straight. Man. Man, I don't know what was happening there. Kept getting clogged or jammed or something. Alright, but we kind of got a basic stripe there, so now we're going to go back and fill in the little gap. Yeah, see? I gotta figure that out. Alright, so we're gonna heat set these two stripes, and then we're gonna come back and add the next step. Alright, we got that heat set. Now we're gonna throw a little bit of detail moss green on the bait here. We're gonna add this a few different times to the bait. This is just gonna be the first layer. We're gonna throw this on the top here. There's a nice thin layer on the top. We're going to get this top pretty dark at the end. And then on the side here, we're just going to kind of do a dusting. A dusting over kind of maybe the top 3/4 of the bait. we're gonna leave the bottom quarter of it lighter. So just a nice dusting of this, about 3/4. Hit the face. I did turn the pressure down on my gun here. I didn't realize I had it up so high. Same thing to the other side here. It's a nice dusting. Hit the shoulders pretty good. And face. Alright. Gonna get a little something like that. My heat set this. And then we're gonna get some purple thrown in on this. Okay, hey, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened there. Thought I was recording, and I must not have been. But what we did was made this stencil here out of this comb. Kind of cut my own little lines in it where I wanted it. I kind of noticed with these juvenile rainbow trouts that the lines are kind of sporadic. Some bigger, some smaller, taller, shorter. And they're a little bit farther apart than the lines on the comb. So kind of made a little stencil out of some tape, and then I make some purples together to come up with the purple that I wanted there. So that's what we got. And so now we're going to come back with some more of the detailed moss green, and we're going to kind of just lightly coat over a little bit over the purple, and we're going to hit the top. I want to darken up the top there, and I just want to kind of fade those. I'm kind of hitting the maybe halfway, 3/4 of the way up. You know, a little bit from a distance. Sorry about this compressor on this video. I gotta check this thing out. Might be time for a new compressor. We're gonna kind of blend these lines together a little bit. Get the darkness that you think you want, heat set it, and move on to the next. Alright, now we got that heat set, we're going to come in with some Wicked Orange. Just a couple drops of this. And we're going to throw this on the underside belly, right here, kind of in the middle. Notice on these juveniles that their belly's kind of like where their fins are. On the bottom are got a good orange to them. So we're just gonna kind of brighten that up. And if a little bit goes up the side, that's okay because they got that little fin there. So that there. Hit this other side good. That kind of goes up. Kind of get that a little bit. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. The orange. So my goal with this bait here is to kind of get, ended up being a little bit darker than I wanted it to be. I did want it to be a little bit lighter. So that's just where I gotta mess around with some of my colors. I ended up having to go a little bit darker with the green than I wanted to because of the purple. My purple is a little bit darker than I was wanting it to be. And I think if my purple was a little bit lighter, then I wouldn't have had to go as dark. My pink was a good shade, because I just wanted that to be kind of just a little bit in the background. But my purple, even though it is brighter and darker on the fish, I think this is just a little bit too dark and too bright, you know, on the bait. But still, I don't think it looks too bad. I think the orange on the bottom really kind of helps blend it maybe together. So a little bit happier than I was without the orange. The top looks good. You know, tops of rainbows, they're just dark. Maybe once I get some eyes on these, it'll kind of help tie the bait together. But yeah, so this is gonna be for my buddy Dakota. Hopefully he likes it. If he doesn't, oh well. No, I'm just kidding, man. No, I hope you like it. Let's get some eyes on it. Figure out what color we want to go with. We want to go with a natural color, or maybe some red eyes here. Maybe we'll go with these fire ones here. I like the way those look. You know, or do we go with some natural? See how these red look on here. It's not too bad. I think that red will be alright on there. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the red. I got a bait right now in the UV, in my UV box, so I'm not going to put any UV resin on this right now. Probably wait till tomorrow and do that. That way I can give that one time to finish up what it's doing. But yeah, so there we go. I hope you guys learned a few things, liked the video. If you did, you know, drop a like, maybe a comment. Let me know what you guys think, any suggestions, or you know, if you guys have any ideas for any upcoming videos. We're gonna be getting some fishing videos going here shortly. Weather's starting to get better out here, so gonna start getting out in the water a lot more. Can't wait. Start putting some of these baits to use. That's when I think it's gonna get exciting. It's when we start catching fish on these bad boys, and then I think that's really when it's gonna take off. So yeah, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share the video. It's Uncle Shorty, Uncle Shorty's Bassin, doing a little Juvenile Rainbow Trout on a jerkbait. You guys have a good night. Talk to you soon.